Now we play on here to the last half of the third inning in Game 1 of the American League Division Series from Comerica Park in Detroit. 8-9-1 for the Tigers, and Alex Avila takes strike one from Jared Parker. Avila, who's so good defensively, ended up hitting .243 during the season. 9 homers, 48 runs batted in. Threw out 34 runners this season. Second straight season he led the American League in that category. Last year he threw out 40 would-be base stealers.
He's a good athlete. He was a former third baseman and made the conversion once he got into pro ball. He actually started down at the University of Alabama. As his junior year, he made the conversion behind the plate, and very athletic to begin with. And you see a lot of converted catchers now in the big leagues. Russell Martin's another one that comes to mind. And you have to really have athletic catchers behind the plate. And you can see in this series and in the postseason, there's a lot of real good catching.
Yeah, it takes strike 3. We had the chance to catch up with the A's manager, Bob Melvin, in between innings. Bob, getting ready here for the third inning. Your thoughts so far on Jared Parker in this game so far tonight?
Throwing the ball good. You know, like any starter, he tried to get him out of his rhythm early on. Got a double play out, ball out of Cabrera when he needed to, and he's been throwing the ball really well since.
Bob, Coco Chris got you off to a great start with that leadoff home run. How important is it to have him back in the lineup here in this postseason?
Yeah, he's huge for us. You know, everybody feeds off of him, whether he's on base, you know, taking a little concentration off the pitcher as far as running, drives balls. He can hit balls out of the ballpark. He hits good pitching. He's really big for us.
What a terrific job Bob Melvin has done with this Oakland A's team, but at the helm now, his first full season as a manager for the Oakland A's, as he took over 99 games the year before. And Melvin has been terrific. Who would have imagined the Oakland A's would win the West when you're starting the season with all the additions that the Los Angeles Angels made? Pujols, C.J. Wilson, a team that was already pretty good. And then you take a look at a Texas Rangers team that had been to the World Series each of the last 2 years. I don't think anybody imagined Oakland was coming out of there as the AL West champion.
As late as last week.
Friday.
I think the one thing that's really interesting is Bob's a great fit here. You know, he's at a good spot. Grew up in the Bay Area. A Palo Alto native, went to high school in the Bay Area, and really understands what the Oakland A's are all about.
Cal Berkeley, this one line to the left. And it's going to get down to the corner in the 345 marker. Cespedes will dig it out, but not before Omar Infante standing at second base with a one-out double. So the number 9 man getting to Jared Parker here for the extra base hit.
And it looks like a breaking ball just kind of spins on the inner part of the plate, and you can see he wanted it down and away, and he left on the near half, and Infante, being a veteran, jumped all over it. That spinning breaking ball is a pitch that everybody loves to see. You can see Norris was sliding to the outside part of the plate. Infante got the hanger and ripped it down into the left field corner.
One out, Infante at second base, and here is Austin Jackson. Jackson thought about it, but holds off and takes a ball high. Jackson 300 during the regular season. Tonight has already contributed with a double, scored the Tigers' run in the bottom of the first inning. Led the American League the second straight season in triples.
Now, Jackson really did a good job of refining his approach at the plate. We mentioned he eliminated a leg kick. It was really challenging for timing, and he never really could get the timing down. Now he's very quiet at the plate and has a lot longer to judge pitches.
Jackson missed 21 games from May to June with an ab strain. His first DL trip in the majors. 135 of his starts came as the Tigers leadoff hitter, and that's where he is tonight for Game 1 of the ALDS. Pops it up right side of the infield. Brandon Moss and Cliff Pennington, and Pennington takes over and handles out number 2. 2 down. 2 down. Omar Infante at second base, and here is Quentin Berry. Reached on the infield hit in the first inning. Owner for 3 hits put together by the Tigers so far tonight. There you had 7 minor league seasons before he cracked the majors in May of this year, and 261 stolen bases in the minor leagues. He stole 40 bases in the Southern League in 2011. And here he is in the majors in 2012 and put together a pretty good year for the Tigers.
Well, he gives them that speed dimension, something they've missed for a while. Grew up in San Diego, and he's a guy that can really change a ball game just by being on base, and certainly a distraction if he's on first with Cabrera hitting.
0-2 outside.
And this is the guy that Parker has to get to end the inning. You don't want to go any deeper than Quinton Berry. You got to hit his way on, and you want to face Cabrera with nobody on to start the next inning.
Parker ready with a 1-2. That's downstairs, 2-2. Parker during the regular season tied for the team lead in wins with Tommy Malone. They each had 13 wins. His 29 starts, second only to Malone. Parker originally a first-round pick, 9th overall by Arizona. Over the 5-player deal. So Breslow and Trevor Cahill head to Arizona. It's 2-2, miss, full count.
One thing to remember is the Oakland outfielders and how well they throw. Yoenis Cespedes had 9 assists in the outfield. He's got a terrific arm. And then the right fielder, Josh Reddick, as Don mentioned earlier, 3rd in the American League with 15 outfield assists.
Infante at second, 2 down. Here's a payoff pitch. Softly grounded down the first baseline. Parker will flip it with his glove into foul ground, and it'll score Infante. A mistake there for Parker. He was trying to flip it with his glove, and he flips it into foul ground, and the Tigers take a 2-1 lead. Single and error charge to the pitcher. No RBI on the play, but it has the Tigers on top 2-1.
And now you got what you didn't want. Cabrera hitting with a man on base.
He bounced into the 6-4-3 twin killing in the first inning as the check on Berry. He's got good speed. We talked about his speed earlier.
Here's where a veteran catcher would call timeout and go out and say, wait a minute, let's slow things down, Jared. Give him a chance to regroup before you work to Cabrera.
Cabrera spins out of the box. 93-mile-an-hour fastball.
You know that Parker's heart's beating, not only because he had the sprint to first base, but now he's got to deal to Cabrera. This would be a perfect time just to go out, talk to him a little bit, say, hey, take a deep breath. We can get out of this thing, even though we're dealing with Cabrera.
The check and Berry back to the bag.
Kurt Young, the pitching coach, and Bob Melvin.
In there for a strike, even though Cabrera was kind of spinning out. Evans at 1-1.
Well, he is one of the best in baseball at setting up pitchers. He sees this ball all the way, but you can see he just acts, oh, that's really inside. He is a dangerous hitter on the outer half of the plate.
A bigger lead at first for Berry, 21 out of 21 in stolen bases in the regular season. Takes off, pitch inside, the throw from Norris not going to be close. Berry, who's 21 out of 21, gets his first theft of the postseason.
Great jump at first base and a pretty good pitch for Norris to throw up and in, but he bounces it to second and it's way late. No chance at all, and Berry has still not been caught this season. You can see how late that throw is, and Pennington had to wait for the Ball in the dirt.
Runner at second, 2 down. Up top again. Fastball at 94, but it's 3-1 now to a guy who just won the Triple Crown.
Dangerous territory. He hit .356 with runners in scoring position, and he's got protection.
Once fielder who protected Ryan Braun a year ago spent this season protecting Miguel Cabrera. 3-1 is ball 4. We talk about this 3-4 combination, and Cabrera has got the comfort of having fielder batting behind him. But Ryan Braun was the guy that enjoyed that protection last year in his run to the MVP.
Yeah, and you just know the presence of that big bat behind both Braun and Cabrera have had a lot to do with their success. Mind you, they're great hitters in their own right, but the pitchers were just reluctant to pitch around them consistently with fielder backing them up.
You pick your poison as the opposing manager. Who do you want to deal with? That's first and second. A run in with 2 down, and fielder takes a look at ball 1.
Obviously, they're as good as any 3-4 combination in baseball.
Jared Parker, 24 pitches in the first 2 innings, about to throw his 24th of this inning alone. Fielder will flip it foul off to the left. Donaldson will go as far as he can, but it's well back into this Tigers crowd.
The A's started rookies from the final 14 games of the regular season. And at the end, Bob Melvin said, well, Malone and Parker aren't rookies anymore. They pitched so much that they're not rookies. But when you get into a postseason start for the first time against the Tigers, it can be intimidating.
54 victories for the rookie starters. This is in the air. The shallow center, late break for Crisp. He's coming in, and out goes Pennington, the second baseman, to make the catch. He ended up with the best chance as they come together in shallow center. The Tigers get a run and take a 2-1 lead at the end of 3.